Next to the cat there was a box tied shut with twine. Curious, I picked it up and opened it, discovering a page from the detective's diary inside. I looked down to thank the cat, but it had already vanished again. Knowing that I wasn't entirely safe in that open hallway, I took the page with me into the elevator and waited till the doors were closed before reading it. Examination of Stein's room has shown that he was definitely conducting some experiments. All his rooms are interconnected with his machines and devices in work in parallel. I've also found some of his papers and understand the sense of all of this. This man wants to control the weather, a mad meteorologist. In some absurd way, I believe he really controls the weather. He can create winter, summer and fall whenever he wants inside those rooms. Normally I would never believe that this is possible, but I walked in while it was raining in one of his rooms. I still don't understand why he made it work in the hotel, or what the shaman's part is to this story. One of Stein's machines is connected to the shaman's room. I have to understand the system as a whole, so that's how that Arctic gal was following me around. This mad scientist had created a weather machine. However, the tree growing out of that painting is still a puzzle. I felt dizzy, as if my head would explode from absorbing all this information. There was so much to think about that my thoughts raced around in my head like a storm within myself. But one thought rose above the rest. I had to stop the machine. Perhaps if I could find and turn off this infernal machine, I would be able to find a way out. Right, let's go to the manager's room. Polaroid, coin stack, pen, 2 bags, a hamburger, scarf, teapot and 3 telephones. Where's a putty cat? Right. 2 bags. Oh, not a bag. I've got cups now. A pen. A ceramic vase. Oh. That's a vase. Perhaps it's plastic. Polaroid. Coin stack. Still haven't found the bags. There's 2 of them. Scarf. Is that a bag? Not that. Scarf. 3 telephones. Alarm clock. Teapot. Hamburger. A bag. Down there. Ceramic vase. It's not a vase. What's that? Oh, would you like to unlock this clue now? Oh, we've got to remember them. Oh. Right. Just got to get the vase. Couldn't see him. Right, that's the manager. Let's go to autumn. Black bow, apple, violin, turtle, shackle, gear, umbrella and cup. And a voltmeter and a pocket watch. There's a pocket watch. Pocket watch. Oh, perhaps there's a stopwatch. There it goes. Nope. Black bow, apple, violin, gear, cup. Oh, it's a big mushroom. A black bow. Black bow. There you go. Violin and pocket watch. There's the violin. And a pocket watch is hiding there. It just looks the same, but it's not. Let's go to the travellers. Star, handprint, bat, alarm clock, horseshoe, spoon, footprint and fan. Right. Handprint. Alarm clock. Star and bat. Footprint, a torch, yeah, 2 books, footprint, there's a star, footprint, horseshoe, spoon and a book. Oops. Come in. There you go. And the last one, writer. Stamp, elephant, alarm clock, cork, jug, umbrella, bus and roller. Umbrella. Cork. A stamp. Picture frame. A tap. A roller. Elephant. Alarm clock. Jug. Oh, I didn't get the bus. Oh, we've got a word machine. We've got to look for shaman. That one. Oh, missed it. Got that one though. No. Yep. We've got to get N. Got to get an A. Yeah. Well, back in the elevator. I moved on to the 7th floor immediately, my calculations leading me to believe that the next room of importance will be room 7063. I kicked the door in and stared in amazement. This room reminded me of the inside of a ship, which meant this had to be the captain's room. The floor was littered with chests, reminiscent of buried treasure, as well as various maritime souvenirs. Laying at my feet was a folded newspaper that I picked up and opened to the front page. The language was indecipherable to me. It seemed like it was from somewhere in the Pacific. Perhaps, what's that? Micronesia? But the pictures were clear enough to me. There was a photo of a stone artifact and some numbers below it that looked like a reward offer. At the bottom of the same article there was a startling picture of a seafaring vessel, just like the one that was hanging on the wall in the captain's room. I thought the paper was a souvenir to a heist that the captain had pulled off involving the artifact, which could have been for some voodoo ritual. I looked back to the floor, wondering if there was any more to the newspaper I had picked up, and discovered that in the short time that had passed, a thick fog had covered the floor up to my shins. I rushed out of the room in search of where the fog was coming from, and felt my heart stop in a moment of terror. Blocking my passage to the elevator was the gale in the form of a monstrous cloud. As I stood there staring, the horrific fog seemed to become aware of me, and I knew in that moment I wouldn't be able to run through it, so I ran away from it. The cloud seemed to fold over itself in ominous pursuit as I bolted round the corner and saw in a heartbeat that I was running towards a dead end. It seemed hopeless, but I wasn't going to let that defeat me. If I could just get into another room before the cloud saw me, it could buy the time I needed to find a way to sneak past it. As fast as I could, I tried to reach the door, but time after time the doors were locked. When I got to the last door, I had no choice left but to try desperately to kick it in, and after a few tries, the door gave way to my will to live. Leaning against the door to keep it shut, I noticed that this room was rather dark, but I could still tell there was something different about it. I pulled the flashlight from my jacket and flicked it on to illuminate what I could of the room. The floor wasn't carpeted, and there seemed to be storage shelves there instead of desks, and was stocked with personal items like golf clubs, suitcases and children's toys. As I surveyed the contents of the shelves, I spotted a hatch above one of them. Maybe it led to the next floor. I scrambled across the room and climbed up the shelves like a monkey. It was a tight squeeze to get through the hatch, and at an odd angle as well, but I made it through alive. As I reached down to close the hatch behind me, I found a torn piece of paper that was not unlike the pages of the detective's diary. I pocketed it quickly and pulled the hatch closed. I would have time later to read my new clue. Wow, so this is the fog, look. Let's go to the one at the back, the shaman. Stopwatch, start, 2 candles, eyeglasses, shell, ashtray, rabbit and footprints. 2 candles. Try and remember that. Yeah. Darts. Stopwatch. Eyeglasses. There's a pair there. Rabbit and a footprint. And a vinyl record. and a seashell. Oh, frog is upside down. A dart and a seashell. There's the darts. There it is. Go to the detective next. Globe, pipe, cannon, glass cup, gun, oil can, boomerang, chisel. Pipe and cannon. Glass cup. Oil can. Yep. Chisel and lightning. That's the lightning. Chisel. There's the gun. There's the pipe and the chisel and the glass cup. We go to spy. Dictaphone, ashtray, trilbury, ice cream, horseshoe, bat, reel and hanger. Where's the hanger? No, it's there, isn't it? Dictaphone. Bat. Is that not a bat? Oh, I think that's a telescope. Trilbury. Horseshoe. Ice cream. That's the bat. Ashtray. Right, ashtray. Oh, ice cream, reel, and fork. There's a fan, similar to that. There we go. And an ice cream. Oh. It's all glittery. Oh, there's a little cornet down there, look. Captain. Axe, wrench, shackle, mop, bucket, crown, eagle, radio, a mushroom. Wrench. Logbook. Shackle. Radio. That's the wrench. Logbook. Found something. Would you like to do this now? And why not? Find a mushroom. That's the needle. It's right on the end of the picture. Is that a logbook? Right. Mushroom. Do you think it's those gales and fog out there that's doing all that noise? It's right behind us, outside the door. Where are we? Spring. Mask pot, hand basket, cup, lemon, bat, one way, and service bell. Yep. Fedora hat. That one. A bat. Oh. Not that one. Mask. A pot and a cup. It's a pot. That's a pot. And a cup. Oh, didn't look for the bat. Never mind. Ooh. Oh, here we go. Match 3 or more. Keep going. Aha. Wow, with a whole lot. Ah, off we go. The new room I found myself in was hot. I peered through the window and it seemed like summer sun was beating down on my weary body. The air in the room was so oppressive that it made it difficult to breathe while I took the time to read my new clue. After visiting the shaman, I think I understand their entire system. They used the artifact that the captain brought into the shaman's room. Somehow, the shaman makes it work by receiving something from all 4 of the engineer's machine at the same time, 1 for each season. Then this infernal machine starts to work and something begins to happen to our world. Apparently, they also need people, preferably creative ones with stronger inner energy. I think they made special arrangements with the hotel's manager to have their victims placed in special rooms. I don't know who I should and shouldn't trust. The priest maybe. He will help. What evil did they intend? What are they planning? The mad scientist was definitely the culprit. The scientist, the shaman, the captain were using the hotel's guests as fuel. Suddenly, I had a very unpleasant thought. I too could be used as a battery for the infernal machine. The gale turned fog entity could have been trying to devour me as an energy source. My only friend on this voyage was the priest. He must have been trying to ward off the evil they brought into this place. Somehow I had to get out or get him to help me do it. The searing heat made me start to swoon. I clearly couldn't take the heat anymore and would have to take my chances in the hallway. I peered out the door and down the hall to see the fog was there, but had already passed my room. I was free and clear to run to the elevator.